So coming up next is one of our favorites, Jen Post. She is known as the Awakener, and today she's going to be talking about your soul plan, chart reading, why you incarnated at this time, with your cosmic energy updates on your karmic contracts. And let me give you a little bit about her bio. So we got Miss Jen Post, who's coming back to us once again from Port Jefferson, New York. She is known as the Awakener, and she is a channel for the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, Starlight Beings, Angelic and Spirit Guides, and Light Language. The highlight of the Alakali, and she's an Akashic Record Reader with the abilities that include being a Reiki Master Teacher, Healer, Starseed, Galactic Teacher, and Spiritual Counselor. An Angelic Healer, Tarot Reader, and does your soul plan blueprint. And does your soul plan blueprint. Gotta fix that. Okay. In her practice, she integrates all her abilities and her studies that awaken, empower, and balance your life and in your journey back to oneness. You can find her at jenbeldypost.com, which is her new website. And she'll be taking the stage right now and be back in the Playroom at 5:30, 6:30 for a whole hour. So welcome to the stage. Welcome. Love you. Have you a good time, Jen.
All right, my friends. So lots of stuff we're going to talk about today, and some of it might get carried over to the 5:30 talk that I'm doing, and activation with your grounding the energies of your body into the earth, and activating your auric field and aligning you with the selenite frequencies. But today, I am known as Cosmic Goddess Blue Star, the Awakener. I am here to awaken and assist you through the whole entire process of the earthly and spiritual journey. And it entails a lot, right? So we go through a lot when we're shifting our awareness and shifting our life, as we're stepping into truly what we came here to do. So I always give a little backstory of my path and how and what the soul plan readings are and how they just really transform your life on every level. I truly believe that this is the most important reading that you will ever have in your life. I love doing tarot. I love doing Akashic readings. You know, that stuff is, you know, it's fun and I enjoy it. Your spirit guides will come in and, you know, they'll tell me past life energy that you're healing. But if you really want a lifeline in this lifetime, you're going to want to have your soul plan. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring up mine. I'm going to do a screen share here. Okay. So we're shifting here. I'm also going to put my timer on so I can know that I'm needing to stop talking because I'll just keep going. All right. So there we go. All right, so let me see, where is the screen share here? Where is the soul plan? There we go. All right. The most important reading that you guys will ever have, it's based on your birth name. So as we know, we come in, we incarnate, right? We're coming in to learn lessons. We're coming into, you know, healing karma, you know, earthly karma, spiritual karma. We're coming to experience karmic contracts. We're coming to step into integration, mind, body, spirit integration. This is the blending of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This is the integration of your higher self in the human body, spirit in physical matter. So this blueprint is going to be your lifeline and your tool for the rest of your life. I tell people, when you expire, this reading expires. It will always be relevant for you. You can always go back and listen to your healing, your reading, excuse me, after your session to just understand things at a little bit more of a depth. You'll have aha moments and realizations, and you can use this information to make life decisions. I've done it many, many times. And when you utilize this information to make those life decisions, you will therefore create a path. You will create a reality, an experience. So what this reading is, like I said, is based on your birth name. You come in at a certain time, right? We have our astrology energy, right? You come in, you're born on a certain day. It brings you all of your, obviously, the planets that you're going to work with in this lifetime, those frequencies. Your higher self gives you your name. Your parents think that they're the only ones that gave you your name. It really was your higher self, because this is going to be your energy field for this lifetime, your physical and spiritual expression in this lifetime. Now, the Star of David, this is my chart. The Star of David is the two-dimensional Merkaba. Now, the Merkaba is our energy field. When we start to do the spiritual work and connect higher to higher heart, higher consciousness, higher awareness, we begin to tap into our energy field and we begin to activate the Merkaba. Some people call it the Merkaba. Well, the Merkaba, the Hebrew is Merkava, which I like. I just love Hebrew. This system is based in Hebrew gematria, which is where we take your name and we convert it into frequencies. So if you look at the Star of David, it's not just a Jewish symbol, it's an alchemical symbol. It represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine, an integrated being. If you look at the triangles, they're interlocking. This represents you. The triangle going down is going to be all your worldly aspects, your worldly challenges, your talents, your goals. The triangle going up is going to be your spiritual. Now we come here to integrate, like I said, you know, blending our spirit with our physical body. So we're going to move through life with all of these frequencies. So when we do your reading, I'm going to convert your name into frequencies, and it's going to go across the Star of David like this. Now, each vibration, I know when you look at it, it looks like a bunch of squiggly lines. This is actually light language. They're light codes. So they all mean something. Each symbol represents something. Each energy contains an aspect of astrology in it. It will represent either a quality or maybe a polarity lesson that you've come in here to learn. You will see the duality within each vibration, because we and humans in the third dimension experience duality. So the good, the challenging, and the positive, right? Throughout your life and where you are in this vibration of your chart is going to dictate all that you experience. So all the relationships that you have, the jobs that you have, your careers, it will reveal your psychic abilities, like what you are here to expand at the highest level. So this is why I'm saying it's one of the most important readings that you will have. It will be a blueprint. Now, how I even came to this amazing system is that about 15 years ago, my son's friend was killed on a bike in front of him. And I only met this boy, Nicholas, for 5 minutes, but he was the catalyst to even why I'm sitting in front of you today, literally. His soul came to me, and it was really, you know, one of the first very impactful experiences. I did have psychic, obviously, stuff going on prior to that. I would have visions, but I wound up deciding to have my children at 17 and 23 because I knew I was going to be here for a bigger purpose. Did not know what, had no clue, no conscious awareness of it, but I felt it. It was like this flame inside of me and this knowing. And when I knew actually, honestly, that I was going to be married until I was about 30 something, and I was going to divorce and marry the man that I am married to today. In fact, I used to, you know, when I played house when I was little, he was my husband. And my son's name was Nicholas. Now that was the boy that was killed. And when he came to me, he started telling me that he was my son in a past life. So all of those emotions coming up of him being my son in that lifetime started flooding me, and it awakened me. The dark night of the soul, it just awakened me. It broke me down. I started feeling spirit, seeing spirit. I had Archangel Michael descending down from my ceiling in my bedroom, telling me that I named my son after, you know, his angel, that he was part angel. And so I honestly thought I was losing my marbles. So it wasn't a pleasant time, because I was, you know, dealing with all these emotions and all these psychic energies and all of these thoughts coming in, that it really was what we call the dark night of the soul, where there is something that we go through that cracks us open, and we start to begin our healing journey back to oneness. It could be a death. It could be an illness. It could be a divorce. It could, anything that just, even a change of a job I've seen, it will just rattle you and begin your awakening process. So at that time, like I said, started having all these sensations and energies and knowings and synchronicities, starting to see the repeating numbers. How many of us start seeing like 1111 and, you know, 444 and stuff like that? And we just start seeing it everywhere, on clocks, on our cell phones, you know, on license plates. Like, we know something is going on, but we can't really put our finger on it. It's letting us know that there's something more out there for us. And the most beautiful thing that happens during this process is that your teachers and the people that are going to be with you to help support you in your awakening journey, which is also why I am here in front of you. I am that person for you. And so you can have the support and the direction, like what happened to me years ago. So one day I was going to the bookstore because, of course, I started having those experiences with Archangel Michael, and I needed to find out a little bit more on all of these angels and what this was all about. And a woman came up to me out of nowhere, of course, and said, "Oh, you know, I read this book. It's great." And we just started talking. And because of all the things that were happening prior to this, I knew to listen. This is like when the books start flying off the shelves and you're like directed and to go to places and have certain experiences. You start to listen to that, your higher self, right? The wisdom of your soul. And she starts telling me about this reading. I knew right away, it was ready. Just give me a phone number. And within a week, I think I was having this reading. And when she started going through and sharing all of these parts of this information, all these frequencies, I was blown away, because it was all the things that I felt inside of me. It absolutely is concrete and will resonate. But when I had it, it was all those shadow selves, like those parts of myself that I didn't want to admit. Right. It was such a wake up call for me. And I'm going to go through a couple of my vibrations so you can really start to understand what this will mean and how I explain it, how it brought in certain experiences for my own learning, for my own, why I came here. So here we have, oh, I don't have my, hold on one second. Going to do this 1 second. On. Oh, just bear with me here. Hold on. The screen share. There we go. Unplugged my camera. I apologize. Now I can't get it back on. All right. I'm going to stop the share for a second, start my video, and I'm going to do the share again. Okay. All right. Here we go. It's rock and roll. All right. So my first vibration, if you look up in the worldly challenges, right, you'll see the number 17-8. This is known as a combination number. So it's when we add, obviously 1 + 7 is 8. So it's bringing in two energies that I'm dealing with just in this one vibration. If you continue to look throughout my chart, my worldly talents is the 11-2. Then I have the worldly goals, which is 4-4. But you will also see in my spiritual goals that I also have 4-4. Your chart can have double numbers too. And what this means is that your soul wanted to focus on this energy a little bit more in this lifetime. So people can have 2 or 3 or even 4 energies I've seen repeating. So that can indicate somebody having such like black and white thoughts. Now, if somebody has their chart has all different numbers, you know, in your worldly challenges, talents, and goals, and your spiritual, they can be very overwhelmed because now you're dealing with 7 different energies and combinations. So it's amplifying that. So it could be very overwhelming for a person. So when I do your reading, I'm going to look at the overall energy of the chart, but I'm also going to go through each individual, and I'm also going to point out to you the themes that you have in this lifetime that you are to overcome. So it's very helpful to understand that. So my first vibration is the 17-8 vibration. It's ruled by Mercury. So that's a communication energy. It is a polarity lesson. So this polarity lesson is slavery to dominion. So what this means in a challenging position for me is that every single person that I have come into relationship with has been dominating, has been, tries to keep me held back from expression. They want to dominate me and control me. So part of this polarity lesson is learning to speak my truth, which is the throat chakra. My first husband, I always talk about this as an example. I had chronic strep throat when I was with my first husband because I was not allowed to express myself. He at times would just say, you are to stand next to me and do not speak. So this was how this karmic contract that I've agreed to have this relationship with him so I could live out that challenge, so I can heal that challenge. Okay. This is also a very powerful speaker. Once I moved through my challenges and being afraid to speak and stand up for myself, then I started connecting to the higher aspect. Remember that polarity I was telling you that each one of these vibrations had? Then I started connecting, and then I just had power behind my voice. So even the fact that I'm with you guys today, and I do a lot of like podcasts and platforms where I'm speaking, this is where now I have transcended the challenges of this vibration to a degree, because what happens as you move through your energies and your chart, you're going to see, you're going to have little tests that come along. Okay, because you are this energy. So you're still going to have those little tests that are given to you to see how you react. Are you going to shy away? Am I going to, keep myself small and not express myself? Or I'm going to use this information and keep moving forward so I am always in alignment with my truest, most authentic self. So this is really powerful. Now, every vibration is connected to a organ or a body part because you are a spirit in a human body. So you're literally, I've seen many people who've had like their gallbladders taken out directly linked to their soul plan, or who have strengths in their kidneys or weaknesses in their kidneys, who have esophagus issues or thyroid issues. It will be directly linked to your soul plan. So amazing, really powerful. My goal with this vibration is to not be enslaved and be afraid to be who I am in totality. Okay, so that's just one vibration. Now, if you look at my second vibration down where it says worldly talents, this is a polarity lesson of death to life. I've had 5 near-death experiences. One I had 2 years ago. I was very close to crossing over, but I did the inner work, and from that was an incredible rebirth. So with this vibration, I had to go through a whole restructuring of my emotional body. And that's what this vibration is. It is about restructuring the emotional body. So not only do I go through the whole process of the ego, breaking down the ego, and then rebuilding up my body, my emotional body in strength, I also counsel people with this. So this is when I do your reading, I'm going to give you a very real worldly example of how this energy will play out in your life. But I'm also going to give you the spiritual aspect of it too. So in my worldly life, I go through the death and the rebirth, right? Gone through the death of Nicholas. I've gone through, a divorce. All of this is like about rebirth. Divorcing my first husband allowed me to help heal my 17-8 vibration of slavery and being slaved and being afraid of somebody and stepping out. When I did that, I had a rebirth. I became stronger. The 11-2 energy, if you look at that symbol, it's a geometric shape, right? So it represents reshaping form, your emotional structure. The 2 energy brings in the energy of the moon, which represents your divine feminine intuition. It is the energy of truth. So I had to go through all of these levels of these deaths to see my absolute truth, to rebuild my emotional structure. It is a counseling energy. So this is why I am a spiritual counsel. I help people through all phases of their earthly and spiritual journey. So now this is bringing in the spiritual aspect of it. It's connected to the left eye. So when I first started out, I always used to have issues with my left eye. I would get these little pockets of like tear ducts underneath my left eye because I wasn't seeing my truth. As I started stepping more into myself, I started opening up to my spiritual sight, starting to really connect to the multidimensional sight. I actually even had times where when I get my downloads of energy and spirit downloads, I will start to see geometric shapes in my left eye. I mean, and that's literally what this energy is all about. So really, really powerful. I had to learn codependency with this energy and how I am codependent on other people and moving through that process, seeing the truths. Remember, I said seeing the truths. Now, moving on to my 4-4 energy, this is the energy of the sun. This brings in life energy. This brings in creation. This brings in abundance and learning abundance. So I had to learn how to really trust in the universe about abundance. So it is amplified. I talk a lot to people about the energies of the sun and the downloads that we get from the sun and how the sun gives us birth and how it gives us, it's like a portal of creation, right? It is understanding with this vibration, because if you look at the symbol is a geometric shape that repeats. So repeating patterns. I have to really learn how I am repeating my patterns, repeating thoughts. I would have I can get stuck in like the thought forms and repeat the same thing over and over, or repeat the same relationships. Those people who want to hold me down and keep me submissive. I repeat that. So this is part of this energy now pulling in that I'm learning. It's a major polarity lesson that I'm going through of self-love and self-worth. I mean, it's incredible what this vibration has taught me about self-love and self-worth. So radiant, positive, and can create wealth. I get a lot of inspirational sparks from this energy, and it creates life, like the sun, right? It creates life. Now, if we move to my spiritual challenges, that's the 3-3 energy. Now, the 3-3 energy is, if you look at the symbol, it looks like a labyrinth. I have taken knowledge, gained knowledge, which is what I said in my introductory. Like, I use all my gained knowledge from all the things that I've gone through, that I do all these different modalities to help you. This is where this energy comes in. Taken so many like courses and certifications, healing modalities, all of the things that are going to assist not only me, but you as well. If you look at that symbol, there's a little breakthrough. That means I share it out. This is a teaching vibration. Now, the limiting thoughts. Remember, I said each vibration will also have limiting thoughts to it. It will have that polarity. It's in my spiritual challenges. I always said, all growing up, I would be a horrible teacher. And of course, who did I marry? I married a teacher. So that was a direct reflection in my karmic contract of looking at what my husband does for teaching in the worldly aspect, but I'm a spiritual teacher. But I had to move through understanding that. And once I made the connection and I made the conscious decision and understanding that I'm here to share and mentor and guide people, my entire business exploded. I wound up, I was an esthetician for about 15, 20 years. I left a whole practice of being a esthetician, and I went solely on trusting and knowing that the universe was providing for me, which is my 4-4. And when I made the conscious decision to take my beingness really to the next level, my whole world opened up and I began now living my soul's mission. Okay, so this is why having this reading is so impactful, because it's bringing the information from your higher self to your conscious mind. Once you do that, I've seen people literally the next day wide open in there with their abilities opening. I've seen people get book deals. I've seen everything that they've been working on. I've had people who've told me, you know, I've been on this spiritual path for 20 years. I don't really think what you're going to tell me is anything I don't know. And those are the ones who get like the major contracts of everything that they've been working on. And, or I had one woman who had past life syndrome in her worldly challenges. She never had a past life memory. Once I brought this information to her, it does like a cellular activation. She had literally a past life memory come to her that night. I mean, it's instant what happens with this. Time is of essence of what we're moving through in today's world, and spirit is ready to get you moving and grooving to the next level. Okay. So this is where, like I said, taking this information has changed my life. My 7-7, the spiritual talents, is all about me networking and creating connections and unity. Mind, body, and spirit. It's the name of my business, Mind, Body, and Spirit 3, which means the Trinity. So bringing in unification. I had to go through all my death and rebirths, my 11-2, and all of my challenges to integrate my mind, body, and spirit. That's also what I do, and help people, you know, with that. Now, my last one, because I know I'm kind of running out of time here, was a game changer for me. When I was having my reading, remember I said Archangel Michael was descending from my ceiling and I thought I was losing my mind. She said, your last vibration, she's like, you're part angelic. She's like, you work hand in hand with Archangel Michael. You are here to help transcend all of your challenges and help people through the angelic frequencies. And I started to cry, because at that point, all these people started seeing that I was going through all these, difficulties, and I was having, facing whether or not I was, really seeing what I was seeing. And this validated it. It is about coming into full soul consciousness in this lifetime and work. It's every healing ability, channeling, healing, teaching. This is everything that I do in my healing arts practice, is to help you step into your soul's mission, what you are here, and shift you. So like I said, whether you've been on this path for 50 years or you're just awakening, it doesn't matter. Once you have this activation and this reading, it will literally take you to the next level of being. So that is what I'm here for. With the karmic contracts that we are all moving through right now, we are having a major life review. We had the Lionsgate, and the Lionsgate was all about transparency, course correction. So relationships, contracts, karmic contracts with people are coming to a reevaluation and a close. So some of you are ending your relationships. Some of you are moving into different directions with work, with career. Archangel Gabriel came in a couple of weeks ago and said, share the message out that I am here assisting with divine direction. If you're moving through a directional change, whether it be a personal relationship and a career or both, you got the mother of all major shifts with your life review happening. It's a major course correction. So you are supported. The energies are supporting us right now for us to step into another level of our consciousness and really get to why we are here. The time is now. My channel, Alakali, told me this year, at the beginning of the year, this was going to be the year of power. Who or what are you giving your power away to? So I'm sure if you've been doing the work or maybe not conscious of it, me just saying that to you, you've been moving through different levels of power and empowerment and seeing who you're giving your power away to. Maybe it's yourself. You know, maybe it's your limiting thoughts of what you really came here to do. Or maybe it is a significant person in your life. You know, maybe you're giving a power away to an addiction or a relationship with somebody who's an addict. I mean, it's like, it's endless to what you're going to be experiencing this year, but no doubt we are in the year of power. We are in the year of transparency, and the karmic contracts are really coming up right now to be reevaluated. Just like we come in to have our soul plan, we come in with our karmic contracts with the people who are going to be representatives of the energies in your soul plan. That means your parents, your siblings, your children, your spouses, your friends, all of them. They're very significant karmic contracts that a soul signs or agrees to before you come here that will be represented in your soul plan. And then you'll have to go through the whole process of understanding what it is, what your challenges are, and how to transcend it. So I know my time is up. My buzzer went off. So I'm going to stop sharing the page right here and coming back into full screen. So at 5:30, I'm going to be doing an activation with your energy, with your aura, because of the intense energies that have been happening with the Lionsgate and how a lot of our energies have been fragmented. My guide Alakali said to come back in this Playroom experience to do a activation through the light language to stabilize and strengthen your aura and ground it. And then I'm going to do little mini soul plan readings. Oh, and by the way, the soul plan readings are normally 170. If you mention this event, they will be at 111, which is an activation number. So make sure that, you know, if you want to have your reading done, just message me that you were on this event so you get that price. And 111 is part of the selenite energy of Archangel Metatron, because Archangel Metatron governs the tree of life and the Akashic, but also the crystalline body, which is when we move up into higher awareness in our light body, we become crystalline. So this is what you guys are going to get attuned today to. So if you are free, come join me at 5:30. The first half is going to be this grounding stabilization, and then we're going to move into I'll do a couple little sample short little blips of the soul plan for a couple selected people at the second half. So I know with that, I know Sheri, we're 3:08, so I know I'm up. So I know we got to pick a number. I know I gave you guys a lot of information to, to throw out to you, but you can come into my room 12 afterwards if you want to have, any questions that you want to ask me. I can, further instruct you with that. All right. Let me get my pad here.
I'm muted. Okay, first, we have a new rule of the people that get door prizes or the people that have made a contribution of $11 or more.
Is that 11? All right, perfect. I'm also doing an activation on September 9th for the 9/9 portal, because 9 is the energy of completion. So I will put up my information about that, so you can connect with me if you want to partake in these activations with the cosmic portals and such. Sheri, I think you're frozen. Up there. I think we're in retrograde, right? Anybody know when Mercury retrograde started? Today, maybe. Who knows? All right, she'll be back. All right, so I'll just talk until she comes back. Like I said, so we had the 8/8 portal with the Lion's Gate, which is all about the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the Egyptian Giza pyramids, bringing in this cosmic amplified light. So talk about transparency, major shifts, major course correction during this time, and it's leading up to the 9/9 gateway, which we're going to be working with the divine ratio, which the number of 9 is about completion. So I know I'm going to be working with, they told me, like an attunement down the spinal column and the chakra system. So that will be absolutely a massive clearing for you, because the 9 represents graduation. So all the hard work that we've been doing all year, all this evaluation and clarity and transparency, all of this course correction and life review. Number 9, September, is a big month. Big month. So we'll see who graduates. All right, there you go.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I got froze. I was hoping you guys would be complete because we're running behind. So is there anybody here on the stage that made a contribution? AM, Dina, Laura, Evina? Because that's how we're going to work moving forward. If you would like to give a door prize to those who are scholarship, you can do that, Jen. But I'd really like to try to set a precedent that people can support us so we can support you. You know, we give away a whole day for free, and we're not asking for a lot. It's almost like $1 an hour. We're giving you a whole day of knowledge, access, 5 minutes free, playroom experiences, and door prizes worth thousands of dollars all day long.
And 11 is a shift in consciousness and positive thoughts. So energetically, you connect to that number. Very powerful.
Okay, so it's up to you if you would like to make a door prize, because we need to move in because we're running behind.
Oh, I'm offering a door prize?
Well, everybody offers a door prize, as we always do, but normally right now what we're trying to do is create a process where it goes to the VIPs.
Oh, okay. So they have to, okay.
Yeah, we want them to upgrade. Anybody from $11 or more. $11 will get you the recordings, and $25 will get you everything, including a 15-minute session.
Wow, that's a good deal.
I know. I know.
It's a really good deal.
Yeah. And we do have some openings today, Jen, if you're still around. We have a couple of cancellations, but you know, you're going to be busy from 5:30 to 6:30, and then you usually kind of take off. So no, we can table your door prize, or do you want to give it away? Because we need to make it quick because we're running 15 minutes.
Yeah, so my door prize today is going to be the whoever picks a free soul plan. So that's $170 value. it's a good offer. So I mean, grab it.
Yeah, give us $11 donation and you can win this door prize, guys.
Yeah.
If
And
you're
I'm
the-
running a special of them for $111. So there's your $11.
Right. So guys, make a
Yeah, I just
contribution.
sent you. Yeah.
Dana,
I'm
would you
gonna
like to make
upgrade
a
as well.
contribution?
Yes,
Laura, anybody
App.
want to make a contribution?
I'm
If
gonna
you're
make a
gonna
contribution now.
Put your number in the chat and if you guys win, I'll follow up with you for your contribution.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, so Teresa and Laura, put your numbers down and let's see who the winner is and you can make your contribution afterward. Laura, you put your number in the chat. Anybody want to put your number in the chat? Laura, Dina, Teresa. Teresa already won. So we got Laura and Dina. Okay, so we got two numbers. What is your number, Jen? Did you write it down?
Yes, I did. It is number 99
Ah,
for the
Laura.
99 portal.
Okay, so look at that. So Laura, congratulations. You're gonna make a contribution and you won a session with Jen.
Oh,
Valued at $180. Okay. Can't beat that.
can't beat that. That's good.
Can't beat that. So
We'll work that out. Yep.